Hey guys, I'm Austin from Curls in the Rack. Today we're going to be going over the barbell bent over row. We're going to do the overhand and the underhand variations of that, so let's get to it. Alright, so before we can get into the actual movement, we need to talk about the setup first, right? So basically we've got two different variations of grip we have to decide on. We can decide on the narrow grip or we can decide on a wider grip. What that's going to equate to, narrow grip is going to mean a narrower muscle of the back right here, so we're going to get more of this narrow side of the muscle right in here, right on the inner part of the back. If I go with a wider grip, meaning wider with my hands here, I'm going to get more of the outer part of the back out here, right, and get more of that outside lat development versus inside lat development with that narrow grip variation. Now, we also have two different types of grips we can go. We can go overhand or underhand grip. So, differences between those, with the overhand grip, I'm going to get more lat activation, which is your back muscles out here, right? So, getting more of that back, mostly the back muscle on that one. If I do an underhand grip variation, meaning approaching the bar this way, that means I'm going to get more bicep activation because I'm using those biceps to pull that weight inside, right? And pull that weight up to my chest. So, more bicep activation on that one. Let's go over setup. Alright guys, so setting up with that overhand grip variation, we're going to approach the bar, shoulder width stance. From here, I'm just going to hip hinge down towards the bar, right? So I'm just going to send my hips back, keeping those shins vertical, and getting ready for my setup of my grip. Now with this overhand grip variation, we can do two different variations here. I can go a narrow grip, or I can go more wide to the outside here. The only thing that's important is that I keep my hands even. So if this hand is 3 inches from the bar, this hand needs to be 3 inches from the inside of the bar as well. So, keeping those grips even, I'm going to go with a narrow grip here. Standing up with the bar by hip hinging back. So, extending, hip hinging to the top, rolling those shoulders back, externally rotating, which means just turning my shoulders to the outside. Now from here, I'm going to focus on keeping my elbows in close to my body as I do this movement. So, I'm going to hip hinge forward, coming down to about a 45 to 65 degree angle. And now from here, I'm just going to pull straight up to my chest, keeping those elbows in tight. Up, squeeze, lower back down. Alright, for that underhand grip variation, very similar to the setup mechanics we were just doing before with the overhand grip. Stepping up to the bar, shoulder width stance, hip hinging forward. I just grip this bar underhand just like this. And with this grip, I want to make sure to keep this narrow. I don't want to go too wide with a bicep dominant grip, right? So, narrow grip on the underhand. Now I'm keeping my back flat, sending those hips back and engaging those good deadlift mechanics using that hip hinge to stand up while keeping my back flat. Now I'm going to come down to that 45 to 65 degree angle, hip hinging forward, getting low to the ground here, keeping this bar close to my body, and now I'm just going to pull this bar up to my chest. Squeezing those shoulder blades back, behind my back. Squeezing like I have a pencil in between my shoulder blades here, and I'm trying to squeeze that thing tight, pulling those elbows up and behind my body, squeezing, holding for a second, and then slowly lowering the weight back down. Alright, there you guys have it. Two variations of the barbell bent over row. We got the overhand and the underhand grip. If you guys feel like the video helped you out, leave a comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.